नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Sri Mahans, Mahans, Tanedars, Kotaris, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, RR TV, and having Nayana Diksha. I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. City is sitting with us through two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, Houston Adinam, Warrington UK, Singapore Adinam, Vancouver Bhubaneswar, Bangalore North, London, Doncaster UK, Biddi Nityananda Nagaram, Amersfoort Netherlands, Hebal Center Bangalore, Los Angeles Sherman Oaks, Dubai Adinam, Toronto Canada Adinam, Phoenix Arizona, Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, Los Angeles Adinam, Montclair California, Kuala Lumpur Adinam, Seattle Adinam, Ohio Adinam, Melbourne Adinam, Redmond Washington, Tiruvanmiyur Adinam, Madhyanatma, Oman Adinam, San Jose Adinam, and Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, China, and some more cities are joining. St. Louis Adinam, some I am not able to read the name. Anyhow, I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I'll just give one breaking news and then we will give the details. We'll get the details and then give you the details. The breaking news is that in Washington, D.C., U.S. capital, in Business Summit, one of our Gurukul kid demonstrated third eye awakening and blindfold reading. Ma Yoga Mata, our Gurukul kid, daughter of Sri Shivanyana, Ma Shivanyana, Houston Mahans, successfully demonstrated the third eye awakening and blindfold reading. The whole business community was surprised and shocked. That is the breaking news. For more details, continue to tune in. Be with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll give you more details. We are gathering. This is the first initial breaking news. Understand, I want to tell you this one thing. I am giving you some of the important insider secrets of this Gurudam. See, when you have few thousand people connecting with you, having a kind of a feeling connection, anything you say, some 20, 30 people will catch it and manifest. But that is not science. Be very clear. Now, whatever I am declaring or claiming, whether it is mitochondria cell energy or DNA alteration for a better life, anti-aging, everything happens to 100% participants. Not single one is left out. Please understand. Still now, all the medical tests and researches we have done, is there a single participant who did not have any transformation? And the lowest data is the data we even publish. When I say 1000% mitochondria cell energy, that is the lowest. It goes even up to 1600 for some participants. Understand, what we claim is the lowest participant who is actually sitting here fighting with me. Not doing what I am saying and denying whatever I am saying. It is just like SDHD, GDHD. Guru doubt, Guru hatred, Guru denial. Now there are people, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, they live on GDHD, Guru hatred, Guru doubt, Guru hatred, Guru denial. Like SDHD, self-hatred, self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, Swami doubt, Swami hatred, Swami denial. Even they experience, demonstrate the amazing results of anti-aging, DNA getting reorganized or awakening. Actually, that is the exact truth. The more DNA layer gets awakened and mitochondrial cell energy going up. Understand, now boldly on a national channel I am talking, not just in one national channel Sadhana TV, international channel Nityananda TV. I am talking in both. With this responsibility I am saying, for the kids below 14 years, the third eye awakening and blindfold reading, I am declaring it as a science. I am claiming it. We are successful in doing 100%. Please understand. %. It is just little time we need, nothing else. Maybe maximum this 21 days. This 21 days of inner awakening, why I am claiming, just to keep the maximum time requirement. But for more than 60% of the kids, within 4 days, their third eye is awakened, they are able to do blindfold reading. And around 30% kids, day 1, it is awakened. The moment they are initiated, it is awakened. 60% within 4 days. But with 21 days, I guarantee 100%. Please understand, I am claiming this as a science. Anything can be called as science only if it can be replicated for every individual. Every individual who has that possibility, means like every individual who has third eye, we should be able to awaken it. Only then it can be declared as science. And every individual has it. Even if you don't have 2 eyes, you have third eye. Anybody who has a head has a third eye. And anybody who has a head below 14, I am declaring this as a science. We are successfully able to awaken their third eye, and they are able to do blindfold reading successfully within 21 days. Understand? All these statements are my claims, scientifically validated and demonstrated in front of third party who are neither for me or against me, who are simple, straightforward people who don't have any vested interests to prove me or disprove me. I always used to tell, I'll be well known to the world very positively due to my Gurukul. I always used to tell, my kids will bring pride for me, respect for me. I'm seeing they are doing it. I'm seeing they are doing it. And as I said, already the Inner Awakening participants for kids, Inner IA for Kids program participants, all the kids have started reading. I'm just asking her to give some more training and some more deeper meditation process so that I can bring them to the stage and demonstrate it. It is just the final finishing is going on. It's only, I think, 8 or 9 days. 8th day. Today is only 8th day. Almost every kid is able to read. Their third eye is awakened. I'm just waiting for a few more days. And this time I'm going to initiate for men also. We have mastered the process and technique for men also. But we are not able to make it as foolproof reproducible science for adults. Still there are thickheads with GDHD where I have to work a little more. I'm doing it. But the technique itself is successful. Means the adults who have tried, their third eye is awakened, they are able to read. That we already demonstrated, that we have mastered, that we are successful. But just like the kids thing, making it 100%, we will achieve it. Hope we will achieve it, I think, by this IA. It is just deeper level of completion, that's all. See, adults are not criminals. They are just cunning and stupid, that's all. See, sometimes people ask, is this dangerous for my child to do this? Oh God, what is this? It is just extraordinary power. It may be dangerous for other people to be in front of your kid. But not for your kid itself, please understand. People sometimes say, I don't want to receive my child receiving information in the minds of people around who may not be trustworthy or danger of being influenced by ghost spirits. No. Be very clear. With this power, the kids will be intelligent enough also, what to read, what not to read, and they can never be influenced by any ghost spirit. Understand? Actually, any kid whose third eye is awakened, if he sees a person who is possessed by ghost or spirit, even that person will be healed. The kids will have a tremendous healing power in their eyes. Understand? Just by seeing, they will heal people. They will heal people. So don't even have this doubt. See, actually the elders feel a little humiliated. That is why they bring up all these stupid arguments. My kid is doing all that, but I am not able to do. So when you feel humiliated, you try to stop them. See, this is the exact way you destroy kids. When you see they are so happy, you feel, what is this? Why is he so happy? Why I am alone taking all the stress? You also take something. So most of the time, instead of bringing them up, we bring them down. So now understand, it's one of the most powerful, healthy, foolproof process given directly by Mahadeva. Understand? It is mandated by Mahadeva, time-tested, foolproof, authentic, most extraordinary, and no bad side effect, no ill side effect or after effect. Maybe in further satsangs, I'll give you more details and more questions on this third eye awakening. I'll take more questions on this third eye awakening. I'm changing the channel internally. Let me move to the Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad. I was introducing the subject matter of Kathopanishad, death. Listen. Listen. Death. Listen to this first statement and listen to every declaration I am making throughout this satsang. In the end, you will be able to come to the conclusion. You will be able to validate this first statement. So please listen. I'm going to step by step help you to understand death. Experience the space beyond fear of death. Listen. Every moment, the happening in you means your life. Listen carefully. Life. You may be marching towards your goal to achieve something in the outer world or inner world, or you may be just confused and stuck. Whatever. But life is happening to you. Please understand, even feeling confused and getting stuck is life happening. Sometimes people feel, you are not even letting us live in confusion and depression a little bit. Understand? Even confusion and feeling stuck is life happening. Life happening. So, in this happening of life, whenever you change the game, like the rules with which you need to play with matter, if you play it with consciousness, the rules with which you need to play with consciousness, if you play it with matter. I'll give you an example. A ship is very safe, most secured in the port when it is docked. What do you call it? Decked or docked? Docked. Whatever. But it is not created just for that purpose. Understand? If you always decide based on law of life, if the ship is parked or locked in the port, it is very safe, most secured. Yes, no doubt. But the purpose of ship is not just being docked in the port. Law of life is only teaching about the most secure things. Flow of life is exciting, adventurous, innovating, opening up different possibilities. Life happening to you every moment. That's the first statement. Even if you feel you are stuck, life is happening. Second statement. Listen. Second statement. When you change the games, when you change the rule of life, when you play law into flow, flow into law, what you go through is pain. Listen. When flow, the life is restrained by the misunderstanding of law, pain is caused. Wherever you need to follow the law of the matter, you try to break it because of your over-enthusiastic flow, suffering is caused. Listen to the third statement. The constant life happening, when you approach it with agitation, every moment the purification process which is happening in you becomes painful. Listen, purification means more and more understanding of which is law, which is flow. Letting the flow to be, letting the law to protect. Dharma to protect, yama to enjoy. Listen, dharma to protect, yama to enjoy. Bringing more and more understanding about yama and dharma is life, and that process is constant death and constant rebirth. Many things in you will constantly die. Many things in you will constantly be given rebirth. But whenever, due to your attachment, arrogance, you are not letting things move in your life. For example, there are some things, law of life, that is the way matter functions. Means I can give you the example. If you try to bind the other person, possess the other person whom you love, the love will be lost. This is law of life. But you are so much in denial, saying, no, the flow was so powerful. How can it be destroyed? Please understand, however powerful the flow may be, it will not be able to break at some points law of life. But because of your delusion about the flow of life, oh, you don't know, Swamiji, I was in love with him, he was in love with me. You don't know how we romanced and loved each other. Yes, it may be true. Both of you enjoyed the flow of life, no doubt. But the moment you try to possess the other person, suffocate the other person, bring suffering to the other person, the love will lose its power. It's law of life, but you try to overlook. You get into the denial mode. No, that is the way life will be. That's the way it should be. I am not saying it should be or it could be, it must be, it may be right or wrong. Or in many laws of life, there is no such thing as waiting for your approval of right or wrong. It just moves. That is why he is called Dharma. He just moves. Your inability to see the reality does not stop the reality, fortunately. I just want to add the word fortunately. Otherwise, you will be stuck forever. Understand? This is one of the important prayer you should carry in your heart. Mahadeva, even if I don't understand, whatever need to be removed from me, please remove it at least by force. Whatever purification I need to go through, let me go through even by force, because I know if you are waiting for my yes, it will never happen. If you are waiting for my yes, it will never happen. Understand, I am defining surrender, bhakti. Surrender and bhakti. Giving the GPA, General Power of Attorney, to Mahadeva, saying whether I understand and appreciate or not, whether I understand or not, appreciate or not, what my life need to go through, how I need to experience the flow of life and law of life in the ultimate intelligence of you, Mahadeva, your third eye. From your third eye, when you see how I should be with the flow of life and law of life, let that become reality. Whether I understand or not, accept or not, appreciate or not, ready to receive or not, I am giving you the whole GPA now itself. Do it. This is surrender. This is surrender. And when he does it, enjoying is bhakti. Understand? Giving the GPA to him is surrender. And when he does his job, enjoying it is bhakti. That is bhakti. Understand the constant death which is supposed to happen in you. If you cherish it with bhakti, it will become celebration and liberation. It will become celebration and liberation. Now I am deciding this whole truth which I am revealing now about bhakti and surrender. I'll write a beautiful Tamil poetry and bring it to you guys. It is just sitting in my heart now. I can see already the beautiful words overflowing. I'll beautifully put it and bring it to you guys. Listen. I feel everyone should carry this truth in the heart as the context of life. And every time when Mahadeva rolls you, like a stone rolled in Ganga, each one of us are stones in Ganga. He just rolls all of us in the flow of life, which comes from his head and washes his devotees' feet. That is what is enriching. Understand? Coming down from enlightenment, Mahadeva Sahasrara is the space of enlightenment. Ganga comes from there to wash the feet of Kapila, Shiva's devotee, and release people from sins and give them enlightenment. That's the journey of Ganga Mata. That is exactly should be the journey of each one of us. First, get into the head of Mahadeva, Sahasrara, the space of enlightenment. From there, just flow to the whole world. And the original Purana does not say Ganga just flows away from Mahadeva. How in the pictures they portray, just the Ganga coming out of the head and flowing there. No, she is very romantic. She flows all over the body. She is enjoying the very flow. Understand? She is enjoying the very flow on Mahadeva. The Gomukh is the space where she touches the planet Earth, and Harkipuri is the space of Shiva's feet. Till that space, the whole thing is Shiva's body. Understand? Shiva's body in the physical plane. Then she comes down to Ganga Sahar to release the sins of Bhagirath's ancestors and wash the feet of Kapila, Shiva's devotee. Kapila is older than Ganga because it is because of Kapila's curse and as a Saba Vimochana, Ganga was brought to planet Earth by Bhagiratha. Understand? Just like in Ganga, how the stones roll, all of us are stones rolling in the flow of life, flow of Ganga. Many unnecessary parts of us are chipped and we are polished. In all this flow, if you appreciate what life is doing to you, you will experience constant rebirth, rebirth, rebirth. If you don't, you will constantly experience death, death, death. Understand? When a stone rolls in Ganga, it nicely gets shaped and polished and becomes Shivalinga and left in the banks for the people to worship it. A stone allowed itself with the flow of Ganga becomes God and worshipped by everyone. In the flow of life, we are also like stone which is moving and rotating in Ganga. Many corners where we need to be chiseled, it gets chiseled. Those parts are removed. And wherever we need to be polished, the polishing happens. Understand? Cleaning, chiseling, polishing. Cleaning, chiseling, polishing. The stone can take that cleaning, chiseling, polishing as a death for it or as a rebirth for it. You have that freedom. You can approach the life every moment as death, saying, oh God, life never gives me what I want. I am always tortured, deprived, depressed. How much ever I struggle, it never gives me what I want. It never supports me. I am the only one who is tortured every time by the life. Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Is looking at the life as death. Then you will see constantly you are only dying. Understand, the most dangerous thing, seeing life as constant death, you will associate yourself with that small pieces of stone which gets chipped off. You will never be worshipped. Associate yourself with the main part which is going to be worshipped as Shiva. That part always feels, wow, I did not do anything. Just life moved me. In the flow, I am polished, cleared. Now I am worshipped as a God. That is what I call Brahmanyam Bahuputratam. the favorite inheritor of the cosmos. Understand? If you look at the life as constant rebirth, you will identify yourself with the main stone, main portion of the stone, which is going to become Shivalinga, which is going to be worshipped. If you associate yourself with that why me, you will be the small corner, that cornerstone which gets chipped off in the flow of life. The danger is you will never become Shivalinga. You will be just lying there in stupid depression. I made a statement in this satsang. Adults are not criminals. Cunning means powerless criminal. Criminal who don't even have a power to commit crimes. He is potential but doesn't have the courage and power. He is cunning enough. Not that he is innocent, but he doesn't have a guts or power even to commit a crime. The broken parts of the Shivalinga, chiseled parts, are stuck in cunningness. They don't even have power to commit a crime. They are stuck stupid. Listen. Constantly appreciating life, enjoying life, celebrating life, even when it forcefully removes some part of you from you, even if it removes something physically from you, some persons, some pleasures, some wealth, something which you want, or something which you don't want, or some part of your mind, even if forcibly, when it is removed, celebrating life, appreciating life will make you understand life is a constant rebirth. Anyone carries the context of life is bliss is constantly reborn. Understand? This is the greatest gift a guru can give it to disciple. I am giving it to you. Take it. This understanding, appreciate life even when you think something is being removed from you forcibly, even you are not able to see the longer vision life has for you. Sometimes you may not be able to see the larger vision life has for you. And don't be a tantrum throwing manager who need to be convinced constantly about the whole vision of a company for you to move even one file from one table to another table. To move one file from one table to another table. If a CEO has to come and sit with you and all directors and constantly remind you the whole vision of a company, you are a tantrum throwing stupid. Maybe once or twice this can be done. After a few days, they only have to decide to carry on without you being part of them. You are forcing that. Same way, even with life. Don't drop the context again and again. Throw tantrum. Don't miss the larger vision of life again and again and throw tantrum. Your tantrums with the life are not going to be responded in any way. Come up, retain, remain with the larger vision of life and appreciate what is being done to you every moment. Many things which you yourself may not renounce is getting renounced, taken away forcibly. Many polishing which you may not do it on your own is getting done naturally. It is all finally for you to be worshipped as Shivalinga. The receiver of the worship is you, I tell you. Man who celebrates life is worshipped. Man who is constantly complaining is worshipping. Who constantly complains, why me, why me, why me? Who constantly feels life is a death happening, death happening, death happening, suffocates himself, sees life only as death, who understands constantly life is rebirth, 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 rebirth. Whoever feels constantly life is a rebirth, celebrates life and feels as the favorite inheritor of the cosmos, Brahmanyam Bahuputratam, Brahmanyam Bahuputratam. A sannyasi who declared this to the cosmos. See, during the Viraja Homa, you declare to the whole world, I retain the context of Brahmanyam Bahuputradam in my heart. Means you have to constantly keep yourself in bliss and carry this context of life is a constant rebirth, not death. You have no right to feel suffering. You are not that small part which is getting chiseled. You are the bigger part which is getting polished. You are not the small part which is getting chiseled, chipped off. You are the bigger part which is getting polished. If you feel you are the small part which is getting chipped off, why me? Why me? Why me? If you feel you are the larger part which is getting polished, wow, wow me, wow me, wow me. Wow, it's me. Wow, it's me. Life is just all about from why me to wow me. Understand, I tell you one more thing. Life is so compassionate. Only minimum chipping is done and maximum polishing is done. It chips really, really only the minimum required. No, no, no. Others get chipped only little bit. I get chipped so much. No. You are in the hands of the most compassionate sculptor, Mahadeva. Especially when he himself comes as a guru. Understand? Somebody asked me, Swamiji, there were so many ex-devotees, disciples, stole Sangha's properties, wealth and ran away. I said, some people get his money, Some people get his land. Some people get his attention. Only very few. Blessed are those who get him as Guru. Understand? Some get his land, some get his property, some get his gold, some get his organizations. Whatever, whoever wants, they grab those things with their hands. But to stand without grabbing anything, with folded hands or holding his feet, he picks them up to keep on his shoulder. Understand? Blessed are those who get him as Guru. People who grabbed things with their both hands, they won't be having him as Guru. That is the worst punishment. They don't need any other punishment other than not having him as a Guru for their life. Best thing can happen to you has already happened. Having him as Guru. Listen. Listen. The conclusion statement I am making is actually same as first statement, but step by step I have presented how constant death and constant rebirth is perceived by different mental setup. Whoever feels negative with the life feels constant death is happening. Whoever looks at the life with understanding and reverence will feel constant birth is happening. I think if I have to give the essence of this satsang, I have to repeat the whole satsang. I can't delete any one statement. I can't miss any one statement. I just have to delete the repetitions and repeat every statement I made. So you better watch the satsang once more. That is the essence of this satsang. Because when I am looking back, last 1 hour and trying to give the essence, I am not able to delete even one statement. You better watch the satsang again, at least few times. That is the essence of this satsang. That's all I can say. And I'll continue to expand, introduce death. The great sacred secrets about death. And I have the continuation, the breaking news. Some of the photographs, first I wanted to show you guys. It is actually session name is Business Advocacy Summit, Global Achievers Conclave. It was held at Canaan Room, Capitol Hill, and May 13th session. from various business, US government, bankers, investors, medical researchers, even some doctors, surgeons, high-profile people attended the session. Everyone was amazed by the performance and could not believe the performance. And one person even came and tried to close Ma Yogamata's eyes by his hand. One doctor from New York wants to arrange for public session and bring a huge crowd to show the signs. Another doctor is surprised about the new future initiation. Gurukul kids may be able to scan the human body and tell the problems in the body. He also wants to understand the science. Requested this, he is coming. An eye surgeon from West Virginia wants to do a research and wants to help us on how to expose this science to this world. Everyone was surprised that there is a science like this is available in the planet. I wanted everyone to know it is available in Hinduism. Understand, now itself I am declaring it very clearly. This power will be manifested only with the people who value Hinduism. You see, after all, end of the day, I am the Rishi for this whole Siddhi, this whole process. So I am the one who is going to write the software for it. I am clearly putting the lock. Password Hinduism. It is not some dead technique. Anyone can practice morning eat beef and evening go and do the blindfold reading. No. Actually, the technique itself may not be affected by the beef, but I am programming. It's my freedom. I am the Rishi. So it's my programming. I am writing the software. I am writing it very clearly. It is only going to work for the fellows who respect and value Hinduism. See, all this gray area is the power of the Rishi. So I am very clear. Any power I am expressing, making it as science, I am going to attribute it to the Vedic tradition. I am going to attribute it to the Vedic tradition. That is the mother. That is the mother. Veda Mata is the mother. And she is the banyan tree. We are all just one roots hanging or already grounded, so we are supporting. See, some roots are hanging, some are already grounded, so they are supporting. There are too many roots hanging, so it is time for me to be grounded and supporting. Not to be a weight on her, but to be a strength for her. There are too many sucking from her, but not being strength for her. It is time, it's my responsibility. I should be strength for her also. She has given me enough. It's time I get grounded and be strength for her. Whoever just sucks does not become a strength for her. You are the hanging root. It is danger even for you. Understand, O Gurus and Gurujis. I wanted to tell this to all trekker Gurus who suck from the Veda Mata as a hanging root, but never becomes a strength for her. You are a hanging root. Hanging root is not only load on the tree, it is even a danger for the root itself. Get grounded and start supporting her. It is good for the tree and for root, both. And I'll make all the extraordinary powers of Hinduism as user-friendly as possible, as widely available as possible, but will not compromise on values of Hinduism. The values for which our Veda Mata stands, for the values for which our Hindu tradition stands, values for which Mahadeva stands. Mahadeva is not bound by any moral values, rules, regulations, but out of his grace, even he stands by them to help the whole humanity. Ganga is not bound by any rule, but even she stops near the bank for all of us to take bath and drink, enjoy her. So, even though these powers are not bound by any rules, values, morals or anything, it is my free choice to write the software and programming. I decide to abide and celebrate the values and traditions of Vedic tradition and Hinduism so that millions are helped. And I also make this as a rule and guidelines for all my teachers, the teachers from my organization, acharyas from my organization, all my disciples, swamis, sannyasis, brahmacharis, rishis, everyone. Even when you understand these powers are not bound by some of the rules, values, morals which we are promoting, even if you understand they are not directly connected, you will stand by the values of Hinduism and Vedic tradition. This is my commandment to all of you. Be very clear. Sometimes directly you may not need to follow some of the values of Vedic tradition to radiate these powers. Even if you understand that secret, you will stand by the values of Vedic tradition, is my command as a rishi of all these process and techniques. I am making it very clear. It is not only for the followers, it is for even the teachers and swamis and acharyas and everyone from my organization representing me and the Sangha. Because in course of time, some places you may find the value I am associating with it, moral I am associating with it, the tradition I am associating with it, may not be precisely required to radiate that power, but you will not disassociate both of them. Because the Rishi who developed this science as user-friendly wanted you to live these values. I know when Mahadeva gave all these powers and science, what he wants to promote, I am standing for that. I am standing for that. And I will continue to stand for that. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.